What's up, gamers? This is Proto, and welcome to another episode of Like or Dislike, where we look at some of the latest games that come out. I give you an overview of the story, give you a pros and cons at the end to help you decide if you want to get the game, and show you some gameplay all at the same time. And today we are looking at Crysis Remastered. Now, this is one game I've definitely been looking forward to when I heard it being announced, and I could not wait to get my hands on it. I'm a big fan of the Crysis series. I've played all of them. I streamed Crysis 2 and 3, and I started streaming this one on my story day streams. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out on Twitch. It'll be every Sunday or Saturday. So just follow my Twitter so you know when. But like I said, we are looking at Crysis Remastered today. And like I said, it's a remaster of the original first-person shooter game with the amazing meme of Can It Run Crysis. Now, if you never heard this meme, basically when this game came out, it was a PC destroyer, because that's where it originally came out on. And basically, you had to have a beefy PC to run this game. If your PC could run it, you had a top tier PC. And what's kind of funny is that meme is still going around to this day and still kind of lives up to it. So, it's the original game with really great updated graphics, but there's still some problems that you'll notice while playing the game. And all this is coming from the PC point of view. Story-wise, you're part of this elite US Special Forces unit that's sent in to rescue this research team that's been captured by the North Korean army after they've made some type of discovery. Now, you're outfitted with a nano suit that allows you to turn invisible, be invulnerable, have super speed, and super strength for a short period of time. Now, the beauty of this game is its destructive environment. Nearly everything can be destroyed, and you can use that to take advantage when you're fighting your enemy. If they're in a building, you can blow up the building. If they're by a tree, you can actually shoot at the tree, cause the tree to break and fall on them. Use their own vehicles against them and just cause a lot of destruction. This game was more or less the pioneer for the destructive environments that we have in games now. How they implemented this, how they created this, it became a building block for what we see now. Now, you're given objectives and you can play them however you want. You can go loud or you can do them stealth. There's really no pretense to them. Like I said, you're given an objective and you can get to it however you want to on the map. You can drive there, you can run there, you can stealthily go there, avoiding targets, however you want to play it. And I really like that. I really like that open end part of it. Now, if you play Crysis 2 or 3, then you know that this one is the basic version. So your suit is more or less basic. You're not going to have all those upgrade abilities that you would have in Crysis 2 or 3. This is the basic suit that built the game up, that built Crysis 2 and 3. So don't go in if you play 2 or 3 expecting to be able to upgrade here and there. It's just the basic suit. Basic speed, basic strength, basic invisibility, all that. But you can still work it how you want to. Now, you can switch attachments on your weapon on the fly with the push of a button, a feature that comes in very handy during a firefight, and I'm glad they still implemented that in Crysis 2 and 3. I really like that, and I kind of wish a lot more games would do that. That would make it a lot easier when you need to switch attachments on weapons and you just want to switch them on the fly. And you can also use vehicles to get around, like I said, to just travel or just cause destruction and mayhem. Now, graphic wise, they did a great job with updating the graphics and the visual look with this game. No argument there. Good job, A+. The ray tracing looks amazing when you're coming out of the jungle and the sun is shining, casting shadows, and the reflection on the water is just breathtaking. And I like visuals. I'm not a big visual person, but when I had the ray tracing up extremely high, you just see it and it just looks amazing. Like, I'm actually just panning around just looking at the detail of it, and it is nice. Now, speaking of raising the bar on it, you even have a Can It Run Crysis mode. So they actually accepted the meme, and you have a mode, the highest graphical mode that you can put it up to. And if your rig can handle it, hey, you got a good rig. And I actually tested it out on my rig and it did pretty good. It was a little frame rate drops, a little stuttering, but overall I could play the game and I was enjoying the game for a good minute. Now, recording it it didn't look so pretty. But hey, that's another story. Now, on the bad side, you will notice some frame rate drops, some texture pops in and out, and the screen will mid-freeze along with long, annoying loading screens. Now, I think the loading screens come from the fact that it's an older game, and that's how the game was set up. But I feel like they still were a little bit longer than need be, especially like when it's saying that it's loaded 100% and you're still waiting for the game to load up. That got very annoying. To me, it broke the emotion of being in the game. So, big no-no to me on that. And that's pretty much the pros. That's pretty much the overview of the game. Like I said, all this was taken care of, captured from the PC version of it. So with that said, let's look at the pros versus the cons. And starting off with the pros, the first one we're going to look at is the gameplay. Overall, the game is just fun. With its open worldness where you're just given objectives and you can do them how you want, I love that ability. If I want to be all stealth, if I want to go loud, and you will see if you replay it, doing it one way and the other, you'll see a big difference. Sometimes it's easier to go stealth. Sometimes it's better to go stealth and get your objective. The next pro we're going to look at is the ray tracing. I'm really happy that they implemented this. So if you have a next gen graphics card, if you have a 2070, 2080, or if you're going to be getting a 3080 or 3090, you can make use of that, and the ray tracing looks amazing. Like I said, if you're a visual person, turn that ray tracing all the way up and you will get to see the beauty of that. That was a big kudos to in my book. Now, the last pro we're going to look at is this game is overall a classic. It's still a great game to play. Even with its little minor difficulties, it's still fun and great to play. If you grew up playing this game, you're going to still love it. If you never played it, I can still recommend it. You can get through those little tough parts and enjoy a good classic game. Now with the pros on, let's take a look at the cons. Now you can probably imagine what the first con is going to be. It's going to be the bugs in the game. Like I said, the texture pops in, the mid frame drops, the game mid freezing for a split second when you go into certain parts. They should have balanced the visualization of the game with the overall gameplay. I understand it's a remaster. I understand they're keeping it to its originality, but that's stuff that they could have smoothed out for the game. So that done, the next con we're going to look at is the loading screens. Very annoying to me, and I can understand how it can annoy other people. Because like I said, the last thing you want to do is to break that emotive feel being in the game because you're waiting for a loading screen to pop up. Like I said, it got very annoying when I'm seeing the loading screen saying 100% loaded and the game isn't loaded. You know, I don't expect it to do it the second it says it, but 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute after saying that and it still ain't loaded. Come on. And the last comment we're going to look at, overall, the game is repetitive. I mean, you're basically you're either stealing information or you're taking targets down or you're trying to go rescue people. Or you're trying to get out alive. So if you're not into the repetitiveness of it, you might not like this game. But if you're into a decent first-person shooter game, you'll buy Society. You won't worry about it. But that's just overall the pros and cons. Overall, I am still liking this game. I had to keep my fanboy side down of this game. But overall, I'm really enjoying it. It feels great to play through it. Like I said, I'm streaming it now, so I will be streaming it again this Sunday at 8 o'clock if you guys just want to catch and see it. But let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. How you guys feel about the game. If you got it, what do you like and what you don't like about it? If you're thinking about getting it, let me know if this review helped you out. And if you enjoyed the review, make sure to hit that like button. Let me know you guys enjoy reviews like this. I'll try to work on reviewing more games. And if there's a game that you want me to review, hit me up on Twitter and let me know. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I talk about stuff going on in the gaming and tech world. I do reviews on some of the latest gaming and tech that's out. I do top 10 new games coming out every month and so much more. Make sure to follow social media pages so you can keep up to date with what's going on if you want to reach out to me. I love talking about gaming, so don't be afraid to hit me up. You can catch me streaming on Twitch, playing indie, PC, and console games. I have multiplayer Mondays, indie day Wednesdays, and story days, either Saturdays or Sundays. But just keep an eye on my Twitter, or make sure you follow on Twitch. I'll be letting you guys know on there too. But this is Proto, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.